Are you ready for some football? Big controversy. The NFL reeling now from a blown call Monday night, marking a new low for the league's replacement referees. Take a look and listen to the final play. Keep in mind there's a strike going on. That's why we got replacements between the Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks.
You see the one guy go up touchdown and the other go timeout like it's a pick.
How does M.D. Jennings not get credit for the interception? I have no idea.
Celebration mode here.
They go high. Jennings has the ball. He's bringing it in. When he gets to the ground, he's got it against his body.
The call on the field stands. Touchdown.
Seahawks win in the most bizarre finish.
All right, now even I could see that the guy in the yellow caught that ball and not the other team, and yet the yellow team lost because they ruled that a touchdown for the Seahawks. All of this intensifying questions over whether the NFL is jeopardizing the integrity of America's most popular game and the safety of its players. We'll get to that in a minute, by refusing to end the lockout of unionized professional referees. We're getting reports this hour that the league may be near a deal with the refs, but the NFL will not confirm that. Joining me now, Fran. He is an NFL Hall of Fame quarterback and chairman and founder of OneMoreCustomer.com. Fran, it's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for being here.
Glad to be with you, Megan.
All right, so
and Megan, you can rest assured, Roger Goodell is a great leader, and great leaders solve problems. He has got an enormous problem, and you showed the film of the game Monday night. That was not a judgmental call. It was one of the worst calls in the history of football. In football, we only play 16 games a year. It's not like baseball, 162 games. When you take a victory is taken from you, like it was the Packers, wrongly, you can't recover from it. It's hard to recover from it. But again, Goodell is a great leader. Leaders solve problems. You can rest assured that Sunday you'll have the old officials, the regular officials, will be back on the field on Sunday, and they'll get roaring applause from all the fans in the stands. And you notice you haven't heard a thing from Roger Goodell all week. He's working on this. He'll solve the problem.
How does that happen? How does the play stand? Because it was reviewed and nonetheless was left standing.
Well, technically, Megan, they say a possession of the ball is not a decision made in the review stand. It has to be made on the field. That's crazy and that's stupid. Somebody, they did review it, and they should have acted right then and said, let's do the right thing and let's give the victory to the Green Bay Packers, because he clearly intercepted the ball. Every replay showed it. Nobody really takes issue with that. But you can also, there was also an offensive pass interference penalty on the play that was clear, it wasn't called. Before that, there were 2 pass interference calls against Green Bay that were bogus. This has been going on all over the league, and it costs games. It's one of the few things the NFL has not done right. They did not vet these replacement officials. They did not train them properly, and they have been an absolute embarrassment to the National Football League for 3 weeks. Now, Megyn, can you imagine if he doesn't solve this and bring the officials back? They'll boo these poor guys when they come on the field, and they'll be more intimidated. It'll be solved. Oh, yeah. Now, we're told that the guy who made this bad call he has no NFL professional refereeing experience, that he was brought up, he'd done high school games, he'd done, I guess, some college games, if that, and that a lot of these refs were actually rejected from the lingerie football league, Fran, because even that league found them not up to par. Yeah, I mean, they were rejects from the lingerie league, from the arena league, and I think they really got caught by surprise. I think they thought they would have a deal with the officials. They didn't, so they didn't go out and get proper officials. There are plenty of them they could have gotten that were quality. They only had to get 150 officials, train them, indoctrinate them, and they'd have been ready to go. But here's what I want to ask you, and we're going to carry this segment over because we got a hard break coming. But I want to ask you why is this such a big deal? Why does the president comment on it, Mitt Romney comment on it? Because some folks would say, hey, it's just a football game. You know, there's a union dispute. Let it play out. That's going to be the question when we come back. No. All
All right, so Fran Tarkenton is back with me now. I just should have told the viewers that the regular refs are locked out over issues including salary, retirement benefits, and other things. They want more. The NFL has said no, and so we have these replacement refs out there. Why isn't this just a union dispute that we should all sit back and let play out?
Because people want to see NFL football, and they want to pull for their teams and have it a fair match. They don't want these calls. When referees calls decide games, win or lose, the referees aren't doing their jobs. And the one thing that's the most popular thing in America is NFL football. Nobody will give that up. They're going to watch it this week, despite what happened last week. It's the highest rated things we have on television. And the people are crazy about their football. Now, Seattle fans probably, Megyn, pretty happy on Monday night about what happened. But those poor fans in Green Bay are just beside themselves. But I'll assure you the Green Bay fans will be out this week just as strong as they were last week.
Well, and a lot of the bettors are unhappy because they lost a lot of dough on the end of that game. But I also want to talk to you about safety, because the NFL Players Association has come out and said, look, this is endangering our players. They point in part to this game with Dallas where the receiver, the ref threw his hat because he thought the receiver stepped out of bounds, but he threw it right in the end zone. And watch, you see the receiver fall. That's the ref's hat that he fell on. You know, do you see this as a safety issue as well?
Yes. I'll give you it. Matt Schaub, the quarterback for the Houston Texans, had 2 horrible head-to-head hits that is outlawed in pro football that causes concussions. He lost part of his ear. It was just tragic. And the referee gave him a 15-yard penalty. He should have kicked the guy out of the game. Later, on Tuesday, the NFL fined this player, the linebacker, a guy named Mays, $50,000, and they suspended him for 1 game. Should have been suspended for the year. So, you know, there's no respect by the players for these officials. The coaches don't respect these officials, and it makes the game chaotic. And yes, it endangers the safety of our players, and we certainly don't need that.
Yeah. Fran Tarkenton, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Megyn.
All right, we'll be right back.